It's Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, and I'm Dave Soap. 4 things to know today. The Pentagon cements CMMC as a contract mandate, reshaping compliance for defense-focused providers. Researchers prove AI-powered ransomware is possible, while Microsoft makes MFA mandatory in Azure. Vendors push targeted outcomes from password-free security to vertical AI and smarter SOC pipelines. And Apple's new OS, chips, and memory protections mean both more security and more support headaches for IT teams. This is the business of tech. The Pentagon has finalized a rule that enforces Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification Standards, or CMMC, in defense contracts, transitioning from policy to enforceable requirements across the defense industrial base. This regulation, published in the Federal Register, amends the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement and will take effect on November 10, 2025. The Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification Program, introduced in 2020 and revised to CMMC 2.0 in 2021, requires contractors to meet specific cybersecurity benchmarks based on the sensitivity of the information they handle, with 3 certification levels ranging from basic protections to stringent requirements for high-risk data. Why do we care? So the Pentagon just locked in CMMC as a real contract requirement. No more self-attestation, no more we'll get to it later. By November 2025, if you want defense dollars, you need certification. That sounds like a big opportunity for providers, and sure, there's business to be had helping customers navigate compliance. But let's not kid ourselves. Some SMBs will look at the cost and just bail out of defense contracts altogether. And if your client waits until fall to start, good luck finding an auditor. The smart play here isn't banking on a gold rush. It's building scalable, ongoing compliance services now and setting realistic expectations with clients. This isn't about hype, it's about execution. Support for the show comes from ScalePad. Ever feel like you're doing all the work, but no one sees it? That's the reality for a lot of MSPs. You're putting out fires, chasing spreadsheets, juggling client requests. But when it's time to show value, crickets. That's where ScalePad comes in. Trusted by over 10,000 MSPs, ScalePad solutions help you turn invisible effort into visible impact, pulling together the tools you already use, from reporting, quoting, compliance, and asset planning, into one easy platform. So instead of chasing details, you're leading smarter conversations. Because doing great work is one thing, getting credit for it, that's where the real business growth happens. ScalePad helps you show value, build client trust, and lead with confidence. Learn more at scalepad.com/Dave. A group of researchers from New York University have developed what is believed to be the first AI-powered ransomware, named Ransomware 3.0. This proof-of-concept malware, designed to perform a full-scale ransomware attack, utilizes advanced large language models to create personalized and targeted attacks on specific files, making it harder to detect and defend against. The AI system generates customized scripts that map IT environments and identify valuable data to extort. During testing, the malware was mistakenly flagged as a real threat when it uploaded to VirusTotal, leading to an influx of media coverage. According to researchers, while the binary is not functional outside a lab setting for now, the incident highlights a growing trend where cybercriminals are increasingly leveraging AI tools in their operations. The researchers caution that the ease of creating such attacks indicates that real attackers may already be working on similar technologies. Microsoft has begun enforcing multi-factor authentication for Azure portal sign-ins across all tenants, a move that's been in effect since March of 2025. The initiative is part of a broader strategy to enhance cybersecurity, following a 2023 announcement that emphasized the necessity of mandatory MFA for all users accessing Microsoft admin portals, including those for Azure, Microsoft 365, and Exchange. According to a Microsoft study, accounts protected by multi-factor authentication are 99.99% effective at thwarting hacking attempts, reducing the risk of account compromise by 98.56%. As Microsoft is aiming for 100% adoption of multi-factor authentication. Why do we care? So here's the contrast. Researchers demo AI-powered ransomware, basically showing us what the bad guys could already be cooking up. It's not active in the wild yet, but the point is clear. AI makes it easier and faster for criminals to customize attacks. Meanwhile, Microsoft's going the other way. MFA is now mandatory for Azure. And let's be honest, this shouldn't have been optional for a while and needs to be everywhere. Microsoft's forcing the baseline up, whether users like it or not. The middle is where IT service providers live. You'll be asked to calm users who complain about MFA, and you'll need to explain why the AI threat means better defenses aren't negotiable. The providers who win here aren't hyping the scary headlines. They're making this transition painless for their clients. KnowBe4 has launched a new white paper detailing a strategic framework for human risk management in cybersecurity, emphasizing a people-centric approach to enhance security culture and employee behavior. This framework addresses the growing complexity of cyber threats, highlighting that human behavior is a primary target for attackers. The white paper outlines several key principles, including the necessity of measuring current human risk levels through assessments, engaging employees in security as a collective responsibility, and personalizing training interventions according to individual risk profiles. Secret Double Octopus has launched its Zero Password Managed Service Provider program, designed to help managed service providers eliminate passwords across all applications and systems for their clients. This program goes beyond traditional multi-factor authentication, providing a password-free experience that includes software-as-a-service applications, legacy systems, and remote network access. Ignite has announced the launch of its first industry-specific artificial intelligence agents tailored for architecture, engineering, and construction sector. These AI agents aim to streamline labor-intensive tasks associated with complex documentation, significantly reducing project risks and costs. The Specifications Analyst tool enables users to efficiently convert large specification documents into actionable data, while the Building Code Analyst consolidates various code books into a unified source, allowing for quick comparison and compliance checks. SentinelOne has announced its intent to acquire Observo AI, a data streaming platform that specializes in managing artificial intelligence native telemetry pipelines. The acquisition aims to enhance SentinelOne's security information and event management capabilities and deliver open, intelligent, and autonomous security operations. Observo's AI's real-time telemetry pipelines can ingest, enrich, and route data efficiently, potentially reducing data volume by up to 80%. The deal is expected to close in the third quarter of SentinelOne's fiscal year 2026. Why do we care? KnowBe4 wants us to call training human risk management. Secret Double Octopus says, forget MFA, let's kill passwords. Ignite's making AI that actually does something specific, helping architects and engineers wrangle specs and codes. And SentinelOne is buying a company to slash telemetry noise and juice its SOC play. Vendors are pushing AI and security not as generic tools, but as structured outcomes, sometimes vertical, sometimes operational. That means your job as a provider isn't just to plug in another product, it's to translate these into real client results. Less risk, fewer tickets, lower costs. That's the real differentiator, not whether you signed up for the latest vendor program. Apple had its big event yesterday, and if you want to know all about the new watches and iPhones, there are some other great sources. I'm going to focus on the business-related announcements. Apple is set to release updates to its operating systems on September 15, 2025, including iOS 26, iPadOS 26, macOS 26 Tahoe, and others. This marks a shift to a year-based version numbering system aimed for consistency across its ecosystem, as all updates will be launched simultaneously. The most notable feature across these updates is the introduction of the new Liquid Glass user interface, which incorporates glass-like transparency, translucency, and animations. This overhaul is Apple's most extensive since the release of iOS 7 in 2013, reflecting a trend toward more immersive and visually appealing user experiences. The updates will be pre-installed on new devices. Apple has announced significant security upgrades in its latest iPhone 17 lineup, introducing a feature called Memory Integrity Enforcement. This always-on safety protection aims to make it more challenging for spyware developers to exploit vulnerabilities in devices, representing what Apple claims is the most substantial upgrade to memory safety in consumer operating systems to date. The implementation of Memory Integrity Enforcement utilizes advanced technology to protect critical areas of the operating system and user processes. Apple's new A19 and A19 Pro chips are designed to enhance security, ensuring that all users benefit from these improvements by default. Additionally, the company has integrated measures to mitigate vulnerabilities like those seen in the Spectre exploit, maintaining performance with minimal impact on CPU usage. Apple also unveiled two new wireless chips, the C1X and N1, in its latest iPhone Air, marking a significant step toward custom-designed components for its devices. The C1X modem enhances power efficiency and performance, offering speeds up to 2 times faster than its predecessor while using 30% less energy. These enable improved connectivity with support for sub-6 GHz 5G, 4G LTE, and Wi-Fi 7. The N1 chip also introduces Bluetooth 6 for better accessory connections. The shift to in-house chip design aims to reduce reliance on Qualcomm and pave the way for future innovations, including plans to integrate modem and processor into a single chip. The iPhone Air is part of a broader trend in Apple's strategy to control more of its hardware ecosystem, as noted by Bloomberg. Apple announced the release of the AirPods Pro 3, which introduces a live translation feature that allows users to communicate in different languages seamlessly. Missing? Apple Intelligence. While Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook highlighted significant advancements in hardware and software, specific AI tools were only briefly mentioned, reflecting a more subdued approach compared to the previous year's launch. Despite the new iPhones incorporating enhanced gaming and photography features powered by improved silicon, many of the AI functionalities touted, such as visual intelligence and live translation, were previously discussed at the Worldwide Developers Conference earlier this year. This cautious stance comes as Apple faces criticism for lagging behind competitors like Google and Samsung, who have been more aggressive in showcasing their AI capabilities. Moreover, Apple recently experienced a wave of exits from its AI research team, raising questions about its future in the AI arms race, which has become increasingly competitive among tech giants investing heavily in artificial intelligence initiatives. Why do we care? Apple rolled out shiny new stuff, new OS, new iPhones, new chips. But here's where the IT folks should actually care. The liquid glass interface? That's a help desk spike waiting to happen when users get confused. The real story is security. Apple's building memory protections into the silicon. That's meaningful. The new wireless chips? Great. And proof of how who manufactures chips matters. Live translation in AirPods is cool and probably useful for business travel. That's the feature I'm excited about. There's questions about how it actually works in real conversations. And AI? Pretty quiet. Apple is either behind or they're staying focused on practical use cases instead of hype. But that silence matters because competitors like Google and Samsung are leaning hard into AI-first branding. If Apple really is lagging, IT leaders should be watching for a potential support gap down the road as clients compare what their iPhones can do versus Android devices. The practical takeaways are more security, more support load, and maybe more stability in how Apple handles AI. Welcome to Comet Backup's Club of No Excuses. Behind every smooth-running business is an everyday IT hero who refused to settle, who didn't give up, because finger-pointing doesn't get a company up and running again. Excuses don't restore data. When everything's on the line, Comet's powerful backup and recovery solutions put you in control. Fast, secure, and easy to use, Comet protects your client's critical data so you're always ready for the unexpected. When disaster strikes, be the hero your business needs. With Comet Backup, you're not just saving the data, you're saving the day. Comet Backup, be the hero. Visit cometbackup.com today to start your free trial. Get $100 free credit when you sign up with the promo code MSP Radio. Because heroes don't wait, they prepare. Thanks for listening. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and that's definitely the headline. But I couldn't miss also National TV Dinner Day. I'm previewing some additions to the show lineup on my Patreon at patreon.com/MSPRadio. Some new content is coming. Sign up now to get very early access. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure you've subscribed or followed on your favorite platform. It's free and helps directly. Give us a review, too. If you want to support the show, visit patreon.com/MSPRadio and you'll get access to content early. Or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Have a question you want answered? We take listener questions, send them in, ideally as a voice memo or video to question@mspradio.com. I answer listener questions live on our Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn. If you've got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. And if you want to advertise on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you again on our next episode.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.